Welcome to the channel. Today's date is December 5th, 2024. Shout out to you, Boog. Happy birthday. Today, we're going to be talking about MicroStrategy and how we put on our short. The price didn't rise up as high as we wanted to, but we formulated a strategy to make sure that we can get to that high price. Let's get straight into it. Before I go over exactly the short strategy, and I'm going to actually walk you through the trade and some of the mechanism that you may have to do after you put on this trade that you may want to watch out for. I want to first talk about their chairman, Michael Slayer. I see him everywhere. I'm now starting to call him the Don King of Bitcoin. I mean, he's the super hype man. I don't even think he's working. All he's doing is running around talking about Bitcoin and MicroStrategy, and then this BTU yield, this BTC yield. It's which is a farce. He's saying that it's a yield, and we think of yield, we think of dividend yield, or we think of an interest payment. He's saying every time he buys Bitcoin, and as the price move up, then that's considered a yield, but you're not getting any money because Bitcoin doesn't generate any revenue. And now I've seen about 2 or 3 times where he's running around talking about American companies are missing out because they're using dollar bills, which is losing value yet. But when you have inflation, yes, you do. The dollar does lose value. It loses its purchasing power, how much you can purchase. But he's right in that. But that don't mean that Bitcoin is always going to go up. As soon as Bitcoin goes down, you're losing value to purchase also. So I don't know what he's talking about, and he makes it described as if it's a yield and he's receiving some type of revenue. Going as far as to say that American companies talking about how Microsoft should take their billions and billions of dollars and put it all in Bitcoin. I'm really getting tired of this dude. He's everywhere, and I'm tired of him because he's promoting a pyramid scheme. He's selling shares, turning around and buying Bitcoin with the hopes that now that MicroStrategy is a Bitcoin treasury company. That's garbage. It's not a treasury company, and I know that investors are going to go broke, and this is not even investing. What MicroStrategy is doing, and also I got to put Bitcoin in there. Bitcoin, I wouldn't be surprised when it's all said and done if it ain't as big as Tulip Mania. I mean, it's going to be bigger than Tulip Mania, but at least in Tulip Mania, you did have a physical tulip. This one, okay, you got digital Bitcoin, but you can't really do anything with it. And the only thing you can do is the overall definition of speculation. The only thing you can do with Bitcoin is hope that someone comes along and pays a higher price than you paid. That's all you can do with Bitcoin. That's all you can do, and that's what he has underneath this company. And so, it's not generating any revenue. I mean, Bitcoin sitting on his balance sheet is not generating any revenue. I mean, he could sell it and make a boatload of money right now, but they're a Bitcoin treasury company, so apparently he's going to hold it, and he believes. I think I said something today. It's going to 13 million a coin. Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens. But when we talk about this trade here, I'm sorry about that. I was ranting. I just, I don't like when it's so obvious to me of what he's doing. So what we're going to do in our trade here, we're going to sell calls, and these are rare opportunities that I find stocks that has these type of options on them. And when you have these, you really have to take advantage, but you have to be really, really careful. And I really wouldn't recommend it until you really understand exactly what it is that you're doing, because because of the volatility, it makes the option prices so much higher. So as of right now, and I started my short yesterday, and right when I put it on, MicroStrategy ran up 30. Today, this morning, it was up 40. But even with that, I wasn't worried the whole time. I wasn't no worried at all the whole time. So we're going to sell calls. We're going to sell to open. Now, depending on how much money you want to make and how comfortable you are with the risk. But these options expire. You'll notice these options expire December December 6, 2014. And so let's say if you go to now we're only going to do one on there. We're only doing one option. So this one call option, if you sell it to open, it'll pay you it's $1.17 at the median, and then so it's $1.08 that'll drop into your account. If you're a little bit more risky, I mean it's almost 4 o'clock. You only have 1 day and a half hour of trade, and let's say you decide you want to come in a little bit early. They're a little bit earlier in, closer to the strike price. So let's say you want to go to 420. You don't believe that MicroStrategy going to be up 40 points at the end of the day tomorrow. So then they'll give you $210. You can also go out to next Friday. I mean, look at these calls at 420. They're paying 17. They're paying you $1,600. So let's say if you in a week you wanted to sell to go. Let's go up 100 points. We say by next week we don't think MicroStrategy gonna be up 100 points. So they give you $885 to sell a call against it. You got to remember, a lot of people out here trading these options. I can't believe they're buying them, but they're buying them, and someone has to sell them the option. And I just happen to be one of the people on the other side to sell this option. But the main reason why that I'm doing it is because I don't want to short MicroStrategy, at 380 or 400. I really want to short MicroStrategy around $600 to $700, something like that. I want a real blow up to where I think it's done really had this great run. And maybe this is all I'm going to get is these little grabbing little apples off the tree, and I may not ever get the whole apple. Maybe it never goes that high. They tell me it's going higher than that. And so why I'm not worried about this at all, and how I know I'm going to get to my price, and what makes these option premiums so special. Let's say we sold the 180, we sold the 185 strike that expires tomorrow on December 6th. So we sold, but let's say MicroStrategy was down to like 330, something like that. We sold the 385 strike, and now we're a little uncomfortable because we got 1 day, and the options are at 381. Well, I mean the options are at 10, and so the stock is at 381, and we're a little uncomfortable of where it's at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy the close. We're gonna roll this option out. And if we already have the options, a lot of times it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to do. As I was saying, it's a lot easier to do when you already own the option. And so what we're gonna do on here is we're gonna act as if we own the December 6th 385 strike, and we're a little uncomfortable. We're a little uncomfortable of where it's at now because it has one more day of trading. We don't like the 6 points, and we want to have the opportunity to be able to roll this option out. So this is what's insane about these options. So we're looking at the 385 strike for December 6th, which expires tomorrow. We're going to roll it out until December 13th. But we only want to do these trades when we make money. We only want to make money when we roll out options. So we have to come to a price low enough to where we're comfortable. So when we got the 385 strike, MicroStrategy is at 381. We're not comfortable with it because we got one full day of trading left. So we're going to roll it out. So as you can see on here, the December 6th, 385 is the medium is $10.25. And then the MicroStrategy next week's on the 13th, it's $11.72. So it'll be a net credit of $1.30 or $1.27 right now. And if we place the order on that trade, our option, we'll buy back the 385 strike. We'll sell the 455 strike. So that'll be our new position for next week. And we would have made $130 off this trade. I hope this information was helpful. If it was, please share, please like. Good luck investing, and we out.